All righty, let's continue on here with number 13. Now, I've slightly modified this maybe from the original instructions. Import the text file snowfall data, click edit on the import wizard, remove the top two rows of the import, specify we use the first row as headers, use the load feature, keep your changes to the import setting, rename the newly created worksheet snowfall. Okay, that's like a mouthful. All right, now what we're doing here is oftentimes with Microsoft Excel, you are working with data from other programs that's not so much Excel friendly. So you might use a file like a text file or something you will see called a CSV, comma separated value, which is kind of a form of a text file as well, to bring data in from another program into Excel. This is something I did in industry a lot. All right. So that's what we're going to do here. And you may have your import file, this snowfall data, you may have that downloaded from Google Classroom. You'll find it on the CPHS shared folder. But here we go. All right, we're going to import the file. I'm going to go to data. And again, I'm bringing in a text file. And see over here where it says get and transform data from text and CSV. Now, the first time you do this, you might have to go on a trip. I'll just show you the way to the shared folder if you want to find that. Mine may look a little bit different than yours. Once you access the CPHS student shared folder, you'll go to classes and Mr. Reardon and assignments and MS Office applications. Excel chapters, that's a lie. Certification prep files, Excel for certification, Excel specialist, and Excel Cert Final Prep 2019 is where those files at. And again, you can get these from, of course, downloading from Google Classroom in the way we've done the whole year. So there's my snowfall data. I'm going to just double click on that. And that pops this import wizard trying to help us, okay? And the first instruction says click edit on the import wizard. That's down here, edit. All right. Now I got two rows up here, which I don't want to be part of my import. Okay. So up here, I'm going to say remove rows, remove top rows. How many top rows? I want to remove 2. Okay. Then it says specify we use the first row as headers. And when we say headers, we're saying the name of each of the data fields or the separate pieces of information. So up here, I'm going to say use first row as headers. And you'll see now, those first row now becomes my field headers, the data for each of these various areas. Okay? And over here, just showing what we've applied to the steps here. This looks good. I'm ready to import. And I'm just going to come up here and click close up here. Do I want to keep my changes to my query editor? I want to keep that. And it just created that worksheet, dropped it in. Now over here it says sheet 1. Now I'm going to left click and hold on that sheet tab. Drag it clear over here. Double click on it. I'm going to call it snowfall. Enter. All right. We just did number 13 there, importing. Again, you may import from a text file is the most common, or like I said, comma separated values. And you should have some questions in Gmetrics. You'll be able to practice that as well. Okay. All right. Moving on to number 14. Go to the summary worksheet. Enter a formula in cell B25, which references the corresponding amount in cell C25 of the sample budget worksheet. Autofill the formula over to column D so that all 3 total expense amounts appear. Okay, so I'm going to the summary worksheet. I'm going to cell B25. Now here I'm just linking information from one worksheet to another. I've got planned expense, actual expense, variances, and my plus or minus what my plan was. That's a common business thing that we do. So I'm going to come over here to B25. I'm going to say equals, start building my formula. Enter a formula which references the corresponding amount in cell C25 of the sample budget worksheet. So I'm going to come over here and click on sample budget and C25. You can see up here in the formula bar, it's building my formula. It's referencing cell C25 in a different worksheet. Hit the check mark. It drops in that amount from the other worksheet, from the sample budget. And again, I can just use my fill handle, bottom right-hand corner, and drag over, and we're good to go. Bringing those totals in from another worksheet. It's number 14. Number 15, change the color theme to red-orange. The color theme. Page layout. Now here's my themes area. So I'm going to come up here to colors and select red-orange. So it changes the color scheme of my worksheet. Okay. 16, in the student file worksheet, use the conditional formatting in the hours worked column to highlight all employees who worked less than 36 hours with a standard dark red fill color. Okay. So let's come over here to my student file. Hours worked column, that is right here. I'm going to highlight all of that range, and I'm going to say home, conditional formatting, and we're going to just go with the first one there, highlight cell rules. And here we're looking for anything that is less than. So anybody that worked less than 36 hours is my constant. And we're going to color that in with a standard dark red fill. Okay. Light red, red border. Well, is that my color there? Standard dark red right there. It was a little bit different than what I had there before. Standard dark red. And you know what I'm doing wrong? I'm doing the wrong font. Meh. Let's go back and change that to black. I should be doing the fill, right? I was doing the font. Shame on me. All right. Dark red fill. That's what we want right there. Click OK. All right. Looks good. Black font on, I could technically change that to white if I wanted to for better contrast. I'm going to leave it. Standard dark red fill color. Click OK. And now we've highlighted everyone that's worked less than 36 hours with standard dark red fill. Okay, down to number 17. In the sample budget worksheet, enter a hyperlink in cell C29 which references www.greensoul.in. Click on the hyperlink to ensure that it works. Okay. Now I do this a lot. Believe it or not, teachers actually plan classes, and I use Excel for my lesson plans, and I actually put a lot of hyperlinks into my lesson plans. So when I'm in class, whatever class it is, I want to pull up a hyperlink on the screen, it's right there for me. I don't have to go Google it while I'm in the middle of class and you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs. Okay, so sample budget worksheet. Again, as you're doing these problems, whether it's in Gmetrics, whether it's in this little practice exercise, or whether you're actually taking the exam, focus on what worksheet is it asking me to be in. That's a big thing. So always look for that. First thing is, what worksheet should I be in? Sample budget worksheet, cell C29. I'm going to go to insert and link up here. I can probably just right click too, can't I? There it is right there, link. There's always two ways to do everything, right? Insert link. And I'm just doing www.greensoul. Now I've done this before, as you can see. greensoul.in, click OK. And there it is. Click on the hyperlink. Now this is just some random website that I pulled up. So here you go, greensoul.in, pulled up that particular website. Okay. All right, home stretch here. 18, for the student file worksheet, reverse the order of color in the icon set used for conditional formatting in column D. Okay. Well, let's go to the student file worksheet. Column D, we have these traffic light thingies. And what we're saying here is we actually want green to be lower numbers, and we want red to be higher numbers because we're paying people more. It's money out of our pocket. We're paying them less. We consider that better, so it would be green. So we want to change the logic of the traffic lights we're using. Like I said, high would be bad, good would be low. Right now, it's just the opposite. Okay, so Home tab and conditional formatting and manage rules. And we're going to go in here to our icon set. And we already have this rule over here, right? Icon set with our traffic lights, 3 traffic lights, green, yellow, and red. And we're going to edit that rule. And we're going to say reverse icon order. And we're going to get into this in one of our future chapters when we get into greater than or equal to and ceilings and floors and all that kind of stuff. But for now, I want to reverse it. So red, yellow, and green would be in that order. So reverse my icon order. And now the top level is bad, red, and the lower level is good, green. Click OK. And OK. And I've just reversed my logic there for number 18. Final question. In the summary worksheet, add the horizontal axis title expense type to the column chart shown. At the bottom of the chart, add a data table with no legend keys. Okie dokie. All righty. So here we go. Let's go over to the summary worksheet. And we're going to click over here. And we're going to add a, let's see here, add an axis title, format, and chart tools. I'll get there. Don't worry, I'll get there. All right. Add chart element. Here we go over here on the far left. And I want to add a axis title, primary horizontal. And there it is right there. Again, I can triple click on my text, put in expense type. Okay. And at the bottom of the chart, I'm just going to click off somewhere, add a data table with no legend keys. Chart element, data table with no legend keys. Now, that's going to look kind of funky because I've got some numbers down there and it's putting those numbers in there, just showing you how to put in a data table. So it's actually pulling in the data and showing you visually what those numbers are. So I'm using that add chart element in both cases. I might want to go back, maybe format those numbers. They look kind of goofy, but that's how you would add a data table. Okay, that does it for our number 19, and we're done with our review. And at this point, I suppose you could save this completed in its completed state and then attach it to your assignment in Google Classroom and turn it in. Fun times. If you have problems with that, let me know, okay? I am not going to save this right now, but take care and enjoy the rest of your day. All right.